I want to indicate to the youths in our country, don't believe in hogwash by people who had opportunity. The former Prime Minister had 8 years to make some intervention in the youth sector. I don't blame him. Maybe that was not in his interest. But today, this body...
Former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill has accused Prime Minister James Marape of giving false hopes to the youths about jobs, employments, and education. This is what Prime Minister James Marape has to say about this issue.
The former Prime Minister said you are giving false hope to the youths. Any comments on this? Thank you.
On the issues of promise to the youths, we've been carrying this problem for many years. Our school system has put out to our country since the 1995 reform, and even back then, every year we produce more school dropouts than those who come out of school with a skill. The number goes into millions who are out there in our society. This government, for the first time, wants to address this issue. No government before our time have addressed this issue. Last 4 years, we have brought back over 100,000 Papua New Guineans into second chance education. That's our response to addressing the youth issue. If any youths out there listening to this one don't believe in political hogwash, those who had opportunity to address these issues before but never addressed, we're addressing a very big issue of youth unengaged in our society. They've left grade 8, they've left grade 10, they left grade 12, they left university and colleges with no hope for a positive engagement or progress beyond leaving schools. And we know this is a big problem. Our state team, the National Volunteer Services, the Department of Community Development and Youth, Department of Education, Prime Minister's Department, Planning Department, Defense, all are working together to ensure the youth mobilization come to pass. We are allowing the census to get off in the first instance, and talking about census, over 22,000 youths nationwide are being engaged in the census today as we speak. So I want to encourage our youths, don't feel that you are left out in your own society. This government, for the first time, knows that this is a big problem that exists amongst us where youths are unengaged. We already have the second chance education program running. If you have left grade 8, grade 10, grade 12 in society doing nothing, you pick up matriculation and use flexible open distance education as a mode to matriculate to grade 12. We've announced already that grade 12 certificate will be a recognized certificate. We're now tailoring where those who will live to work in Australia, for instance, you must have a grade 12 certificate and you must be certified by a pastor with your character. I was mentioning earlier on the 2,000 spaces made available by Indonesia. This is part of our finding spaces to fit in those who left school in our country to be engaged productively. So it is not a one night, 1 month, 1 year solution that we will find. It is a big issue that we've carried since 1975, where no one really addressed those who left schools, even right up to universities and colleges. Governments today and government in the past have no idea what they're doing in society. And we want to use this census as a reference point, count every citizen where you are. And this census that Minister Masara and the team is doing is not just a one-off event. Next layer of population investigation assessment will take place. We want to get to know who you are, where you are, doing what, and then after knowing this, government can link you to SME, continue education, work in Australia, start in Indonesia, and even in our own spaces that we're trying to expand. So I want to indicate to the youths in our country, don't believe in hogwash by people who had opportunity. The former Prime Minister had 8 years to make some intervention in the youth sector. I don't blame him. Maybe that was not in his interest. But today, this body of leaders who stand with me knows exactly that many out there, in the majority, are young Papua New Guineans who don't have any productive engagements in life, gone out in a big way in SME, second chance education. These two areas is something that we want to funnel most of our youths into. So I want to speak to our youths, don't feel you are left out. We've made commitment to find you. This census, as it's retired, our people in National Statistics Office will try to find out exactly where the spread of our population is. And we'll work with the districts and provinces